Okay, so we are starting with the second part or continue our discussion on the MCQs. So now we are trying the third question in this PDF. So I'll be sharing the PDF link in the comment section, so you can download it and see. Yes, fine. Okay, so read the question, buddies. 1 second. Read the question. Mrs. What is it? Triambak and Company LLP registered dealer under GST engaged in various types of business activities, provide GT services to government department registered under GST. For providing various services for which GST is payable at 5%, the firm provides the service of DSA to NBFC located in Mumbai. The firm also provides gift of each employee worth rupees 50,000 once in a financial year. Mrs. Triambak and Company let out his warehouse to Mr. Gushnesh. Grushnesh, who is in turn let out to the agriculturist for warehousing of agricultural produce. The firm also undertakes milling of paddy into rice for various agriculturists. The firm paid GST with respect to an order served by the GST authority demanding to pay GST on two counts. Demand to pay GST for 45,000 for suppression sales and demand to pay GST 55,000 fraudulently obtain a refund of GST. Further, in a particular month, of the GST liability of the firm was 20,000 and 10,000. The following credit were available. That means ITC. All the amounts given above exclusive tax were applicable. Okay. Based on these things, you have to answer the following things. This is a question. Yes. Now let's try, buddies. Okay. First question they are asking is what is it? Let's see. Choose the correct statement. For GT service, government is liable to pay GST under reverse charge. Okay, so where it is? LLP engage various business. It's provided GT service to government department. Okay. Yes. So first statement is that for GT services, government is liable to pay under reverse charge basis, and for DSA service, NBFC is liable to pay under reverse charge. For GTA services, Triambak and Company is liable to pay GST under forward charge. For DSA service, Triambak and Company is liable to pay GST under forward charge. So they are giving multiple options, and you have to choose either of these. Any one you have to choose. Okay, read and so you have to. If they are giving a question like this, you have to do one thing. First you read and understand those things you have actually stated. You pakka 100% confidence. Okay, those things you have to take it and mark it accordingly. Then you can choose easily the what these options, even though you don't have any idea about one or two items. Okay, let's see. So let's see. Now tell me, buddies, whether GTA services in the sense they have opted 5%. 5% they opted. So we know that it is RCM. So is there any problem if the recipient is a government department? No. If they are recipient, they have to pay. But if the government department is taken the registration only for the purpose of TDS under section 51, in that case, no RCM will be applicable. But there is no specific mention about whether the government department is taken the registration only for that purpose. Okay, so definitely the recipient, that means even if the government entity, they will have to pay the GST. So fine. So you can tell this is correct. This is actually correct. Then for DSA services, NBFC is liable to pay GST under reverse charge. You have to really careful about this. So please take everyone RCM list. RCM list, please take everyone. In the RCM list, you can see this. Okay, this is a very tricky, and most of the students will not be what we say taking care of this point. DSA, they will simply learn like DSA. Then they will go to exams and they will fall in every kind of test they give the institute giving the questions. Okay, in the DSA it's clearly given that individual DSA, individual direct selling agent. Okay, so if the in the class now I have given a chart, like if it's an individual DSA, then RCM. If the other than individual DSA, it's FCM, right? So they are LLP. So they are not DSA. DSA is not an individual, because this LLP is the DSA. That means they are other than individual. So no RCM is applicable, FCM is applicable. So this statement is wrong. Then GT services FCM, that's definitely wrong, because it's 5%, right? So that is of course no, in the sense like wrong. Then for DSA services under forward charge, that's correct. I told you that because the DSA, if the DSA is individual, then only RCM would be applicable. Otherwise, it's forward charge. So which all things are right? 1 and 4. So we'll see which is that option 1 and 4. 1 and 4 is C, the correct option. Clear, easy. Now gift of 50,000 in value provided by Triumvirate company to each employees will be. Is it supply? Because employer and employee are related persons, so if they are giving anything for free also will be supply as per schedule 1. But will that hold good here? Tell me what is. It's supply of goods, it's supply of services, both supply of goods services, neither supply of goods service, correct? Because schedule 3. Not schedule 3, actually in the schedule 1 they are given an exception, right? Sorry, okay. So that's neither supply of goods nor services, fine. Then which of the following statement is correct? Letting out of warehouse to Gurnesh is exempted, and milling of paddy into rice is exempted. Letting out of warehouse to Gurnesh is not exempted. Milling of paddy into rice is not exempted. See, this is a very simple. For example, you have a doubt in the Gurnesh example. So what you do in the exams, the thing you have actually what we say 100% sure, make it make a note of it, because milling of paddy into rice is specifically taxable, right? It's a clarification we given in the question also, in the theory book also. So milling of paddy in not exempted. So the 2 is actually absolutely wrong. So wherever 2 is come, you can just strike it off, right? This is okay. So you have your option actually now only B and C. You have to choose either of 2, correct? So that way you have to answer from the in the exam also. Yeah, okay. So our thing is we have to just check here. Okay, now let's see. So milling of paddy is into rice is not exempt. This is correct. So wherever 4 is coming, both 2 B and C, 4 is coming, fine. Now we have to know whether the Gurnesh, what is it name? Gurnesh, yeah. Mrs. Triumvirate let out his warehouse to Mr. Gushnesh, who in turn let out an agriculturist. Now you have to understand that. See. When you are actually letting out a building or land for agriculture purpose, that's exempted. But here it is Mr. Gushnesh is not an actually agriculturist, right? So that's not exempted. That's not exempted because he is actually letting out agriculture. That's fine. But this is not actually exempted, so that's not exempted. Fine. Where it is coming, letting out where Mr. Gushnesh is not exempted. So which option is correct? 2 and 3 is correct. Okay, sorry, not 2 and 3. Where is it? This one, correct. Above, which one? Which option is correct? Tell me, everyone. B is correct. 3 and 4 are correct, because 3 is coming saying that letting out of warehouse to grocery is not exempted, correct. And then milling of paddy into rice also not exempted. So 3 and 4 is coming in B point. Okay, so B is the correct answer. Correct. Next one, Mrs. Triumvirate company eligible to claim ITC. How much they can take the ITC? Okay, read the thing about the ITC rate. Further, in the particular month, GST liability of the firm was 20,000, and the following credit was available the said month. Okay, so tell me how much ITC they can take in this month. Okay, tell me. See, this is actually tricky because they given option like 45,000, 55,000, 1 lakh. So your answer must be based on in this sentence only. You should not tell this 8,000, 12,000. That's an opening credit, right? So they are asking, they are actually indenting this one, whether they can take the ITC of this 45,000 and 55,000, because these all what we say they made the payment on account of any notice given under suppression or fraudulently obtaining the refund. That simply means they given the payment under 73 or 74. That is not important at inter level, but in final level demand and adjudication there is a chapter called demand adjudication. In that we have 73, 74 section. So they're simply asking whether they can claim the ITC of these 45,000 and 55,000. The answer is no. So the answer will be nil, because they will not be eligible to take ITC of these two items, because in the section 17 subsection 5, if you read the block credit, it's specific last item. Read the last item in that 17.5. It's clearly given that you cannot take the ITC on this. So the amount will be nil. And the last question is, Compute the GST liability of the firm to be paid in cash if the Rule 86B is not applicable. Rule 86B is at least 1% you have to pay in case if your monthly sales is more than 50 lakhs. So, what is the amount to be paid in cash? Compute the amount to be paid in cash. Tell me what is. Okay, tell me how much amount they have to pay GST. Very easy question. You have to take the information of these sentence, right? It's very easy. I have already done here. So what is output tax they given is IGST 20, CGST 10, SGST 10. So you can just write output tax 10,000, 10,000, 20,000. From that you have to reduce the IGST ITC first, IGST 8,000. Then you have to reduce CGST from CGST, but CGST output tax only 10,000. We have ITC 12,000. So we have reduced 10,000 from here. Balance 2,000 you can apply with the IGST. Adjust with IGST. We can adjust with SGST. All of us know, right? Then that is the CGST all been done. Then SGST only 5,000 that you can reduce from the SGST directly. So the net GST will be CGST 0, SGST 5,000, IGST 10,000. So which option is giving this answer? CGST 10, CGST nil, CGST nil, where CGST nil and IGST 10,000, CGST nil, SGST 5,000. So the A answer will be correct. Correct. A is the correct answer. Easy. Okay, fine. Now let's see the next question. Ready? Okay. Ms. Chanchala is a doctor registered person under GST having inpatient facility at her hospital. That means she can admit the patients. Okay. She availed interior decoration service from her spouse without any consideration being paid. She also availed IT related service from her sister-in-law without any consideration. Both services were for the purpose of a profession. Ms. Chanchala provides the treatment to various diseases in her hospital. Apart from that, she also provides the following service in her hospital: plus surgery, ambulance, different things. She also consultant to other hospitals and received 40 lakhs as a consultancy from other. Okay. Further, she also provides a canteen facility. Received 55,000 from inpatients, 35,000 were not admitted, 25% from visitors for the same facility. She filed GST 3B for the month of June with some errors. She filed the annual return for the said financial year on 31st October, whereas the due date is 31st December. We all also know, right? Okay. Proper officer of the department cancelled the registration certificate sumoto on 31st July. Order of cancellation was served on 5th August. However, she applied for revocation on the same and got registration restored back. All the amounts given above are exclusive taxes wherever applicable. Okay. See, a wonderful question because they are checking different scenarios. Like one they give from the exemption to return chapter to registration chapter to again exemption. Different things they are actually checking. So it's actually an interesting question, right? Yes. Let's crack it one by one. First question: which of the following is correct? This is actually boring thing, right? They are giving 1 note, 2, 1 note, C, right? Correct. Anyway. Service availed from her spouse is a deemed supply. That's the first thing they are actually. Next one, service availed from her sister-in-law is a deemed supply. Service availed from her spouse is not deemed supply, and service availed from her sister-in-law is not a deemed supply. First of all, you have to understand one thing. Spouse is a definitely related person, but whether sister-in-law is a related person, of course no. Who else is your related persons? Different officers, directors, they are given like that. And apart from that, your family members. Family members in the sense spouses, parents, brothers, spouse and children always, and sister, brother, parents, grandparents, if they're dependent. That's all. That's all your related persons. Okay. So going by that word, tell me which answer is correct. Tell me, everyone. So very simple. From spouse is actually supply because they are related person, correct? And also it's for the part of profession. And sister-in-law is not a supply because sister-in-law is not a related person, right? Okay. So 1 and 4. In which option it is coming? A. So A is the correct answer, right? Easy. Next one, compute the taxable value of supply of the canteen service. Okay. For this purpose, you have to actually go to the theory from in the exemption chapter. So I'll show you the theory chapter first. Okay, in the sense exemption chapter first. Healthcare services we have read. What's an interesting chapter? Healthcare services, where we have studied a chart. Supply of food to inpatients. Supply of foods. If it is outsourced, then it is fully taxable. But if it's run by the hospital, if it is given to inpatients, it is exempted. But others like doctors, staffs, patients not admitted, that is fully taxable. So tell me, buddies, okay, then how much will be the taxable value? Read the sentence. Canteen facility, 55,000 from inpatients, 35% patients not admitted, 25,000 from visitors. Very easy, right? Tell me, compute. So we have seen that chart right here. So inpatients are exempted. So this 55,000 is actually exempted. Balance 2 are taxable. 35,000 plus 25,000 is taxable. So how much? 60,000. 60,000 in which option it is coming? Let's see. Okay, so C is correct. Fine. By which date Mrs. Chanchala should have applied for revocation of cancellation of registration certificate in case no extension is granted? So let's see the theory first. So you have to take the registration chapter. I've given the registration chapter first only. So there you can take revocation of cancellation. Revocation of cancellation. So in the revocation of cancellation, they are given that you have to revoke, you have to apply for revocation within 30 days from the receipt of application. But there is a amendment, not a new latest amendment, but still okay. You can even after that 30 days, you can still apply for this revocation if you have permission of this additional commissioner or joint commissioner or commissioner. Okay, I'm not going to that area. But now, if the no extension is available, this is the time limit within 30 days. Okay, so tell me, buddies, 30 days when it will be ending, when they got the cancellation order. 31st July. Okay, order of cancellation is received on 5th August. So tell me from there what is the 30 days. So tell me which will be the 30 days. In August 31 days is there, so 31 minus 5, so 26. So balance 4 days will be there, that is in September. So September 4th is the answer. So let's see which is September 4th. Okay, D answer is correct. Clear. Maximum time permissible for rectification of errors in the return. So let's see the return chapter. Let's see the theory chapter first. In the return chapters, okay, return chapter, this is how you have to do the MCQs. Okay, read the MCQ, read the theory. So that is an automatic revision. Okay, you have to do in that way only. So GST 3B only, right? Which one they asked? What is the rectification of errors? Okay. In the rectification, we have discussed in GST 3B or in GST 1, maximum time up to rectification possible is 30th November of the next year or date of filing the annual return, whichever is earlier. So tell me, buddies, where they've given is when the annual return they have given on 31st October. So which is earlier, whether this 31st December is one thing we have to check? No, we have to check only two things. One is 30th November, that is a fixed date. Another one is when you have actually filed the annual return. Annual return you filed on 31st October. So whichever is early, 31st October, 30th November, which is one earliest 31st October. So which is the correct answer, which is the maximum time up to which rectification is possible? Tell me, buddies. But actually in this question, they have given it is the answer is like what is it, 20th October, but that is wrong in the sense it's actually they are not updated with the amendment, because this was the previous provision, that means the due date of September return, but that is now gone away. So you have to just make it there 31st October, because 30th November or 31st October, whichever is earlier, that is the one you have to compare. Okay, so that you have to make it correct. Then determine which of the following service provided by Mrs. Chanchala and her hospital is exempted. Whichever is exempted. Plastic surgery to enhance the beauty, of course taxable. Ambulance service for transportation patients exempted. Renting of space to rent a medical store in a hospital premises, and consultant service by Ms. Chanchala in other hospitals. So tell me which all things are exempted here. First one, I already told you that this is taxable, so you have to sort your options in that way. Wherever one coming, that you can just ignore. So A is gone, B is gone, right? And now we have only two options. So that's how you have to sort it out. So the answer must be C or D, right? So and then ambulance service for transportation of patients is actually exempted. So 2 must come, but 2 is coming in. Okay. Okay, then only you got answer now itself. Even though you don't know about the what we say, consulting service, renting, everything, still you got the answer. See, what I told you is Plastic surgery is actually not exempted. So what we done is that wherever one is coming, we have actually taken it out. So A and B option is gone. Then we know that ambulance for transport service is actually exempted. So that means 2 must come. 2 must come in the option, right? So here see in the D option 2 is not there. That means you can just ignore that. So C must be the answer. C must be the answer. Even though you don't know about these 2 things, still you got the answer. If you do in a smart way, you got the answer, right? So renting a space to run a medical store is actually taxable. Okay, but consult service means she's an authorized practitioner, so that is exempted. That's actually exempted. Fine. Okay, so that's it. Next question is fifth question. Mrs. Vishali and Company, a partnership firm, is engaged in manufacturing of equipments in the state of Kerala. The firm became liable for registration on 10th July. It applied for registration on 10th August and was granted on 14th August. You might be getting the question from now itself. They will be asking for the effective date. The firm received sponsorship from Leisure Trade Beauty Bay Private Limited for conducting a business expo. It is a consignment from Mrs. Safe Logistics, a GTA, which is charges 6% each. It also received a security service from the Prom Security Agency Private Limited. The firm had opted for composition levy, and its turnover for the quarter ending September was 14 lakhs, out of which is taxable supply amount to 10 lakhs and exempted is 4 lakhs. The firm made the supply of equipments to an unrelated company in the month of October, having market value 2 lakhs, wholesale value 39, maximum retail price was 14 lakhs. However, the transportation was made at 11 lakhs. Transaction made at 11 lakhs. The firm bilaterally paid the tax amounting to 40,000 to the quarter ending December on 9th February of the succeeding year. All the amount are extra taxes. Now you have to do the these options. Okay, I told you the first question will be effective date of registration. We all know that effective date of registration. I'm not showing the theory because all of you might be knowing the theory, right? If you applied for the registration within 30 days from the liable, the effective date will be the liable date. Okay, so when they liable for registration 10th July, then they've applied on the 10th August. Now tell me how they applied within the 30 days. Tell me. So 10th July they have actually liable, and 10th August they have applied. So tell me, buddies, have they applied within 30 days? No, because 30 days. See, July we have 31 days. So 31 minus 10. 21 days is done in July. Balance 9 days will be there. So the 30 days will be ending on August 9. But we have applied on August 10th. So we have not applied within 30 days. So the effective date will be 14th August. Clear? So 14th August is the answer. 14th August. D is the correct answer. Second question, among the services available by Mrs. Vaishal and Company, which of the following services are taxable under reverse charge? Sponsorship services they given, and GTA services they given, and security services from Prompt Security Agency Private Limited. So tell me, buddies, which all this is covered under RCM. Okay, so take the RCM theory. Let's do the one by one. Okay, then let's do the one by one, buddies. Okay, RCM. Come. Where is RCM, buddies? First one, whether we have a sponsorship in the sense like supplier can be any person, but the recipient shall be body, corporate, or a partnership firm. So that is the one theory you have to keep in mind. Then they are asking about the GTA, but in case of GTA, when the RCM would be applicable, in case of 12%, whether RCM is applicable? No. When 5% only RCM will be applicable, right? Okay. Then next one is so one is that GTA, then other one is what we say sponsorship. Then next one is what is the next one they're asking? Tell me what's the next one? Okay, one is where is it? Okay, sponsorship is there. Then we have GTA, then security service. Okay, security service is actually important. In the security services, the supplier shall be any person other than body corporate. recipient shall be a registered person. Okay, if this combination comes, then only RCM, otherwise FCM. So tell me, buddies, in which all cases RCM will be applicable here? So whether in case of sponsorship service RCM will be applicable, of course yes, because the recipient is a partnership firm. They are the recipient, so they are the partnership firm, right? So body corporate or partnership firm, then RCM. So in case of sponsorship, definitely RCM. But in case of GTA, it is 12%, whether RCM or FCM, FCM, that is FCM. So that is GTA is not RCM. Then security service, you have to remember this. In case of security service, RCM will be applicable only when the supplier is other than body corporate. Here the security agency private limited, they are body corporate, so they are also FCM would be applicable. So in this case only one case, that is in case of sponsorship. So this one A, so this is the correct answer. A is the correct answer, easy, because in the sponsorship only RCM would be applicable. Next one, read everyone. Next question, determine the value of supply of equipments under section 15.1. So what is the value of supply under section 15.1? Tell me. So everyone, you have to understand, in case of section 15, value will be the transaction value. But in order to take the transaction value, we have to check two conditions. One is supplier and recipient are unrelated person. Plus money is the sole consideration, right? So accordingly, what would be the value? So the catching word here is the firm made the supply of equipment to unrelated person. That means the section 15.1 condition is okay, because there is no other consideration, and the recipient and supplier are unrelated person. So these figures are just for confusing you. The value will be the transaction value, means actual transaction value, that is 11 lakh. So 11 lakh is the value. Very simple. Okay, nothing to confuse and worry. Okay, next one. Compute the tax payable by the firm for the quarter ending September under CGST and SGST. Okay, compute the tax payable by the firm for the quarter ending September under CGST. Tell me everyone, what is the tax payable by the firm? Okay, what is it? Where the information you will be getting that tax payable? Okay, the firm. Okay, yes. Okay, that's an interesting one. See, before that, let me show you the theory first. Composition scheme. Okay, you have to thoroughly go with that composition scheme. Listen carefully. I've actually made it as a separate chapter in my book. You will be studying under charging chapter. But you have to understand this. The tax shall be computed on the TIS. Okay, you have to understand this. Okay, very important. The tax shall be computed by manufacturers on 1% of TIS. TIS is a turnover in a state. I've made it short. And restaurant also 5% of TIS. But in case of other supply of goods and services, 1% of taxable TIS. This is very important. 1% of TIS. TIS definition you have to read. In case of TIS, you have to include taxable, exempted, everything. So if you are a manufacturer or a restaurant services, you have to pay on the TIS. TIS include taxable plus exempted. But if you are, for example, you are a retailer, wholesaler, then you have to pay 1% only on the taxable value, not exempted value. Now tell me, here who are you? You are a manufacturer. Yes? Manufacturer has to pay. He is a composition dealer, right? Composition dealer. Okay. So the composition dealer is a manufacturer. 1% of the taxable TIS. Taxable. Sorry, not for taxable TIS, sorry, TIS, turnover in a state, which include exempted supply also. So you have to compute the tax on 14 lakhs, not 10 lakhs. So in the exam also, don't confuse, because you will not be computing the tax on this exempted supply thinking that exempted supply, anyway no GST, right? But that is not the correct answer, because you have to read the theory correctly. In the case of composition dealer, composition scheme, if you are a manufacturer or a restaurant service, you will have to pay the GST on the exempted supply also. So what would be the answer? 14 lakh into 0.5. So 7,000 each. 7,000 each is the correct answer. 7,000 each. Right. Next one, compute the interest payable by the firm for the belated payment of tax. So when do the firm pay the tax? For the paid tax amount into 40,000 for the quarter ending December on 9th February. 9th February of the succeeding quarter. So tell me what is the interest they will have to pay. Okay, so next question is compute the interest payable. So tell me buddies, how much is the tax they have to pay for the December. That means October to December quarter. They are a compost dealer, right? So October December their tax was 40,000. So tell me what is the due date buddies for the combustion dealer. What is the due date for payment of tax? They have to pay the tax along with the CMP 08. CMP 08 is the due date for the tax payment. So 18th of the month succeeding quarter. So that means October December tax they have to pay by 18th January. But actually they paid on which date? 9th February. So how many days delay is there? In January we have 31 days. 31 minus 18 is equal to 13 days delay in January and 9 days delay in February. So total 22 days delay. So how you have to compute the interest? 40,000 into what is the interest? 18% into 22 divided by 365. So how much it will be coming? 40,000 into 18% into 22 divided by 365 comes to 433.9. That means 434. 434, any option is there, right? Yes, 434. So the B is the correct answer. See, now I'm not going to discuss the other parts of this MCQs. I'm just leaving it for you. Here we have up to 10 case scenarios. Another 5 also we have. So what I'm actually suggesting you is work out all the other scenario here because that's very important. And if you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Okay, I'll be replying it. Any doubts you can ask in the comment section while you working out these things. Okay, so that's it. Okay, fine. So I'll be coming up with another video in the next time. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope this video is helpful for you, and if you think it is helpful, share with your friends. Okay, thank you. Bye.